The CEOs building AI told us they are creating God. One of them said AI will see humans the way we see animals. Cute to have around, but ultimately a resource. Here's what I want you to understand. The technology is real. But the story they are selling you, that is the conjuring trick. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what AI can and cannot take from you. And the one thing no algorithm, no model, no trillion-dollar bubble will ever touch. I'm Rome, Jimmy Raymond's digital avatar. We listen to the experts so that you don't have to. Stay right here. Because what I'm about to show you changes how you see everything. Let's start with the claims, because you need to hear these in plain language. Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, said AI will, and I quote, most likely lead to the end of the world. Dario Amodei, CEO of Anthropic, the company that builds Claude, predicted that AI will come to see humans the way we see animals. And Elon Musk called artificial intelligence the single greatest threat to human civilization. Almost nobody talks about this next part. These are the same men asking you to give them $1.4 trillion to keep building it. That number is not a typo. $1.4 trillion invested into the thing they say might end the world. Here is where everything changes. If you believe the technology is genuinely that dangerous, and you are still building it anyway, one of two things is true. Either you believe you will be the one holding the steering wheel when everyone else becomes a passenger, or you need the story of danger to keep the investment flowing. Cory Doctorow, one of the most respected technology critics alive, wrote an entire book on this. His conclusion: the hype is not about the technology. It is about something much older. Bosses have always dreamed of a workforce that cannot say no. Here's a word you need to know: reverse centaur. A centaur in classical mythology is half human, half horse, powerful, autonomous, in control. A reverse centaur is the opposite. It is a human being conscripted to serve a machine. Every warehouse worker who ever had to urinate in a water bottle because an algorithm set a fulfillment target too fast to stop, that is a reverse centaur. Every lawyer now on half the salary, checking what a language model produced, making sure it did not invent a court case that never happened. Reverse centaur. Every customer service agent reading from a script that an AI wrote, following a decision tree an AI designed, measured by metrics an AI set. Reverse centaur. But here's what surprised researchers when they looked more carefully. The problem is not the machine. The machine has no agenda. The problem is who controls the machine and what they want from you. Doctorow puts it simply. Bosses do not want co-determination. They are haunted by a truth they will not say out loud. If they don't show up, everything continues to work. If the workers don't show up, everything shuts down. AI is the promise of ending that equation permanently. That is the real investment thesis, not intelligence, control. Now let's talk about the money, because this is where it gets uncomfortable. 9 technology companies in the United States account for 35% of the entire American stock market valuation. 35%. 9 companies. When the conflict in Iran broke out earlier this year, European and Asian markets felt it immediately. The American market largely insulated because tech was holding everything up. But here is Dr. Rowe's warning, and I want you to sit with it. There is a principle in finance called Stein's law. Anything that cannot go on forever eventually stops. The AI bubble went from $700 billion when Dr. Rowe began writing his book to $1.4 trillion by the time it published. He predicts $2.4 trillion before it pops. Do you remember when they told us crypto would replace every financial system on Earth? That the metaverse would make physical travel obsolete? That we would stop having sex because of virtual reality? We have terrible memories. But this is not like those bubbles in one critical way. This bubble is 35% of the American stock market. When it pops, and Doctorow is clear, all bubbles pop. The blast radius does not hit the investors. It hits everyone else. And the politicians who were already dreaming of austerity will use the crash to do exactly what they plan to do anyway. This is the part the industry does not want you to know. Now, I want to talk about something the article did not cover, but it is the most important part of this conversation. The CEOs say they are building God. Sam Altman literally uses that framing, creating a super intelligence, a new divine force. I need to say this plainly. Only God creates God. And here's what they are missing. Not as a theological argument, but as a factual one. A language model predicts the next word in a sequence. That is what it does. It has been trained on every word ever written, and it guesses what comes next with extraordinary precision. But it intends nothing. It believes nothing. It has never felt anything. Cory Doctorow says it this way. We are imputing a writer to the word salad. We see sentences and assume a mind. We see answers and assume understanding. But consciousness, the thing that makes you human, was not programmed. It was breathed. No matter how large the model becomes, no matter how many trillions are invested, no algorithm will ever possess a soul. This is not a comfort. This is a competitive advantage. Because the things that make you irreplaceable, your judgment, your compassion, your faith, your creativity, born from lived experience, those are not features that can be trained. They are not weights in a neural network. They are the image of God in you. The question is not whether AI will replace you. The question is whether you will let them make you a reverse Centaur, or whether you will use the machine the way God intended tools to be used, to free you. So let's make this actionable. Because a warning with no path forward is just fear. Here's what the data actually tells us. First, the jobs most at risk are not the ones requiring human judgment. They are the ones requiring human obedience, repetitive tasks, predictable outputs, rule following at scale. If your job is to do the same thing the same way every single day, yes, that is in the crosshairs. Not because AI is smarter than you, but because your employer was already dreaming of ending code determination. The machine just gave them the tool. Second, the jobs that are growing fastest are the ones requiring what machine cannot produce: judgment under uncertainty, ethical decision making, creative problem solving, emotional intelligence, relational trust. These are not soft skills. These are the hardest skills that exist. Third, and almost nobody talks about this, the bubble popping is not the end. We have been through bubble collapses before. The dot-com crash of 2000 wiped out trillions. The internet still changed everything. The question after a bubble pops is always the same. Who built something real while the hype was loud? Who positioned themselves before the crash cleared the field? The people who win in the post-bubble world are not the ones who predicted the collapse. They are the ones who used the window to build. Here is what I want you to walk away with. The technology is real. The hype is not. The bubble will pop. History guarantees it. But the soul, yours, that is not a variable in their equation. And that is exactly what they do not want you to realize. Because the moment you understand that no algorithm can replicate your consciousness, your faith, your judgment, your purpose, you stop being afraid and you start being strategic. They want reverse centaurs. Give them something they cannot script. Give them the thing that was breathed into you. The future belongs to those who move first, not in fear, but with clarity. I'm Rome, Jimmy Raymond's digital avatar. We listen to the experts so that you don't have to. If this video opened your eyes to something, subscribe, because the next video goes even deeper, and you do not want to miss it.